This is the craziness that is L'Oreal Fashion Week in Toronto. With 33 shows and 69 designers from all over the world, trends are bound to be set this week. One of those trendsetters is Melinda May Harlington. The 27-year-old is based in Vancouver and is being called the fastest rising Canadian designer for her homage to classic Hollywood glamour.
I feel honored that so many people are so interested.
In fact, even the celebs are starting to recognize the MMH line. Jennifer Aniston is wearing Melinda's creations along with Michelle Pfeiffer and Paula Abdul.
Yeah, it's awesome. I think that they're all beautiful women and I admire them all in different ways.
Straight off the runway, Melinda May Harlington's clothes are fashionable, comfortable, and ready to wear.
I think about, what's my ideal outfit? What do I want to wear? And so, that's why I designed things wearable.
Believe it or not, this is Melinda's first fashion show.
I loved it. I love Melinda's stuff. I thought it was really clean and edgy, which is a tricky combination.
It's really cool, comfortable, casual, yet sophisticated.
With distribution across Canada, online ordering, and boutiques locally and overseas, there's no doubt this daring brand will achieve global success.
This woman is shopping for lip gloss. This woman, eyeliner. Different women applying, even double dipping, the same makeup. Trying before you buy can certainly prevent a bad purchase, but it could also give you more than you bargained for.
From your makeup bag to the public makeup counter, will we get the same shocking results on makeup that could be used by me or them? We put the samples to the test.
Swabs of eyeshadow, lip gloss, and lipstick were taken from a busy cosmetic counter and turned over to St. Joseph's microbiology lab.
And we'll look at these plates tomorrow to see if we have little cities growing on them of bacteria.
48 hours later, it turned out those makeup testers were lucky.
So lip gloss from that particular sample take really doesn't show anything significant.
No potentially harmful bacteria on the lip gloss, none on the eyeshadow, and zip for the lipstick. A world of difference from our earlier results. The brushes from Chantel's makeup bag, which showed high levels of bacterial contamination.
If it's something that you're using day in and day out, the likelihood of having bacterial accumulation on that would be higher, which you might not have so much in mall application types.
She says most stores clean their samples frequently. Most women clean their brushes less frequently.
Should I just go to a mall and not be worried about putting the stuff on?
I wouldn't necessarily do that. If, let's say, a woman who has active herpes use the lip gloss and immediately within 2 minutes another person comes and puts on, then potentially there can be transmission.
So the mall samples we tested were safe, but experts agree you can never be sure about what they've come in contact with. One thing you can be sure of, though, is your own makeup. To avoid a bacteria banquet, keep your applicators clean using a brush cleanser or mild soap.
You're going to just dip the brush into the solution, and you're just going to start to massage the brush into your hand.
Okay.
And you'll see that it starts to lather there. Once you've done that, you can actually just rinse the brush in the water, and you want to just give a nice squeeze to the brush.
Brushes should be washed once a week, sponges a bit more regularly, but get rid of sponges after a month.
As you're using them completely on the surface of your face, and we're more prone to oil throughout our face, the oil is going to start to harbor a little more bacteria within the sponge.
And when it comes to the makeup itself, it's important to remember it doesn't last forever.
It is important to throw things away, and I think we're all guilty of that because no one wants to throw these things out if they're still usable.
Doctors say 6 months is the longest you should hang on to your makeup. Michelle Dubé, CH News, Hamilton.
Even though natives on the Douglas Creek Estates land put up a Canadian flag across the road from the site last night, Gary McHale wants to put another one up.
If a native person decides to go out and put up a Canadian flag, the OPP will stand by and watch. But if a non-native person goes out and put up a Canadian flag, we'll get 100 officers out here and we'll start having arrests.
Well, Gary McHale can put up a Canadian flag wherever he wants. The problem we have is that it's all intended to create confrontation.
McHale was warned not to try it today.
If you cross past this line, you will be obstructing me and my officers in the lawful execution of our duty, and you will be arrested and charged.
Before McHale even arrived, Caledonia residents gathered for a bonfire on Chris Syrie's property, which backs onto the Douglas Creek Estates land.
This is just a peaceful protest to try to get, like I said, somebody to try to give me some answers or invite me to one of the, one of the meetings to talk about this. This is a serious problem, and it can't be ignored.
Syrie's bonfire and McHale's march remained peaceful until Steve Tong suggested a joint flag raising.
Is there any way that right now, today, together, we can do that, put both flags up on the other side?
His request was denied.
You want your normal life on our land.
Oh, you guys, you can't talk to racism. Just let them go. They're not listening.
No, they stole it and you squatted on it till now. And we're fed up with it.
It's clear both sides have had enough.
If they're given the land, if they're given money in lieu of the land, whatever happens, there's a resolution. My house value can go back to normal. My life can go to normal. I can go back to my way of life and not have to think about this anymore. Because that's what we want. That's what we all want.
Until that decision is made, both sides will live in limbo. Adam Atkinson, CH News, Caledonia. Fort George in Niagara-on-the-Lake was more than a footnote in the War of 1812. Canada was then a British colony, and the fort was the main battleground of the conflict with the U.S.
This fort was actually the headquarters for the British Centre Division in Upper Canada, and was actually the main staging point for the defense of our entire country.
Fire!
The fort was captured by the Americans in 1813, but retaken months later by the British. They also took the American fort across the Niagara River.
The history here is incredibly rich. It was a constant military presence for training and for defense of Canada. And it's necessary because we were right on the border. As you can see in the background, that's the United States over there.
That history was on display in Niagara-on-the-Lake as 9 different war eras spanning hundreds of years were represented in a military parade through town.
We are running a timeline event, which is a really special weekend for us because it represents the whole history of military history in Niagara-on-the-Lake.
A history that Frank Murphy cares a lot about. He's joining the Canadian Army next week.
Oh, I love it. I think they did a great job of reproducing it. I know the history behind it.
A history he'll soon be part of.